Where does Scotland go from here? That was an absolute shambles last night. Anyone that watched it will think, Jesus, is this the best that we've got? The fact that we started off the group in third position, all we had to do was, at worst, lose by 1 goal. Losing by 3 goals was going to be absolutely devastating for
Fans
Scotland.
need to look out for in a moment, but let's just remind you of how the third place table looks as it stands. Remember, the top 8 go through to the knockout. Scotland currently sit in that 7th position, but it's the goal difference now that is the real problem as well. Scotland also know that Bosnia-Herzegovina and South Korea will finish above them in this table. It narrows the chances of progression for them. They won't know for certain now until Saturday night when all the group games are finished, all done and dusted this Saturday evening. Opta, our data partners, now predicting Scotland have a 23.83% chance of reaching the knockout stages. That reduced significantly overnight, particularly with South Africa's result, which we'll talk about shortly as well. There's also now a 7% chance of getting to the last 16. And actually, as it stands, that would be, or potentially could be, a tie against England.
There's
Wow,
no
but very
chance
limited
of that
chances of that
happening.
happening. So what about those games
No
that, as I mentioned, to
chance.
keep an eye out for? Starting in Group E then, Scotland will be hoping Ivory Coast and Germany both win or draw their fixtures, because that would mean the other teams in that group, Curacao and Ecuador, would finish on a maximum of 2 points. In Group F, hopes rest on Japan convincingly beating Sweden. But if Graham Potter's side get the draw, then
No
the third
chance.
place team finish on 4 points. And again, that is now ahead of Scotland. And also in Group D, let's mention that one. The key game to watch is Paraguay versus Australia. The losing side in that match will end on 3 points. How have Scotland...
Great.
Sorry, I was just going to say, are you worried about Scotland now being in this position? Do you watch all these games, or do you just wait till Saturday night, Ryan?
You just forget about it. I mean, do we really want Scotland to go through to the next round of the World Cup? Come on, it's embarrassing as it is. I'm going to listen to Paul Lambert. Paul Lambert's been speaking to Sky Sports. Paul obviously played in the 30 years ago. Do we need to remind ourselves he was in that team 30 years ago? And yeah, we all know what happened then also.
Oh, without a doubt, because when you're playing that type of football and you've got a risk factor, and if you lose the ball high up, then you're in big trouble. And you're up against Vinny Jr., who in my opinion is world class. Kuna was very, very good, and Rain on the right side was a handful. So when you look at the mistakes, it was criminal to try that and get away with that, and it doesn't give you a start, it doesn't give you a foothold in the game. So that was a disappointing thing. And listen, it could have been more in the first half. Let's be honest.
Yeah, let's be honest. It could have been way more. I mean, where does Scotland go from here? They've just given Stevie Clarke an extended contract. They've extended him for another 4 years. Yes, he's got us to tournaments. He's got Scotland to tournaments. But come on, is this what the future of Scotland's all about? Let's listen to one of the players from last night, McGinn. I'm going to say, I mean, has he really improved as a player over the last couple of years? And then, and let's not even talk about all the players that are playing in Italy, meant to be playing at the top of their game. Jesus, it was embarrassing last night.
You're at this level and you don't take care of the ball in big moments. You make mistakes, you get punished. That's club or international level. Brazil punished us tonight. I don't think overall they opened us up too many times. It was sort of self-inflicted mistakes. And
the shape of the team was horrendous, mate.
I think the scoreline was a failure.
Where do you think this leaves us?
Leaves us in the worst possible position from this morning. We give ourselves a good platform to go and qualify, and tonight we've made it very difficult. There's no hiding for that. We need a lot to go away, but we'll hope. But what we do need to be, if we manage to get through, is a lot better, and we know that.
If you manage to get through, you should apologise to the whole of Scotland for that. And I'm not even wanting you to get through, to be honest, because I don't want to, and we've been embarrassed enough.
Over the police, do you feel you deserve to go through?
No.
We knew before the tournament if we win the first game we'd give ourselves a chance, and we knew losing heavily in either game would hamper that. We've done both, so if we get the luck, then maybe we do deserve it, but if we go out, we deserve to win.
Of course you deserve to win.
Is that the feeling among the players?
It's the way I feel now. It's not the way you want to go through either, but we do. We'll probably hurt tonight, hurt tomorrow, and then just keep our fingers crossed. You never know what can happen, but if we go into that last 32, if we get a miracle, we all need to be better, we know that. You're at this level.
Do you know that it was actually statistically harder to get put out the World Cup at these early stages compared to going through? Only Scotland could make it that hard for themselves. It's just, yeah. Where the Scotland for here? Do you want Scotland to go through? Tell me in the comment section if you want Scotland to go through. Tell me what your thoughts were last night. I thought the game was a shambles. It was a late one for me. Didn't start till midnight, the game where I am, and don't know. I should have just went to my bed. But anyway, onwards and upwards, as they say. Thank God, domestic football will be back soon, so we can get some European football in the summer for some of the Scottish teams that are participating in the early rounds of Europe. Let's just hope that they've not got players at the World Cup.